Boys and girls, I don't know what to tell you except for the fact that it's fucking Tuesday again. Game week 78, and I don't know how to feel about it. Let's just fucking get into it. Before we do, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and just leave me in the comments, like, how did your game weeks go? Because I haven't really been seeing that, and I'm actually really interested, because I'm wondering what stacks you guys are playing and what scores you're getting. So, yeah, just let me know, and let's get into the scores. Okay, so here we are. First of all, again, gallery scores. Ooh, quite a few 100s. Sadly, not players that we played. Gulashi in goal with 100, which is crazy. That does not happen often. At least, that's my experience. We did play him though. We'll see if we if we got something from it. Mazarol's 100. I mean, he plays for Heracles, which, you know, they're not a great team. Because he's on loan there. I did get him as a reward earlier in the year. Again, 100. Obviously, did not play him. Quintana, nope. Rasken, yes. Eerthuizen, yes. Neumann, hell no, because usually he is fucking awful. Acuna with a 98 as well, didn't use him. Shaqiri, 98, obviously we used him. Noah Lang, 97. Susic, 97. Didn't use Susic, by the way. Didn't use Bardacci, one of the new additions. I bought him and then didn't use him. I mean, it was kind of for collection bonus on Gala, but still. Ordonez, we mentioned him in a few reward videos ago, a few weeks ago. He can peak. He did so again. 88, Vlop 88, Stojkovic, etc. I mean, just some great scores in general. And obviously, we did not come away from this weekend empty-handed. We did win something. Where the fuck is this going? We did win a few things, and I'm happy to show you what, but obviously we're first going through the scores. So we do have a few insane scores this weekend. This is not one of them because we're starting off at the low point, 236 with a DMP from Lim, who has been in decent form recently, but even if he did peak again, no way this would have gotten anything. I mean, Contender Classic, it's not really a what's it called? Priority anyway. Barkas got a last man tackle added. I just saw that for the first time now. But Kathleen being out, which was either announced right before the deadline, but I was at work, or we didn't know about it. It was either one of those two. But yeah, sadly, that's a DMP. And I'm not sure. I don't think we got relegated though, so that's. Let's hope we didn't, because this midweek is going to be huge. We're also going to be previewing the midweek at the end of the video. Let's see. Liverpool, no. Ended up conceding to Salah again, nothing. The non-stack. I mean, not bad, but just no decisive really. Then Lo Celso also only played a half, so that's unlucky. Sviatchenko injured in training, which gave me a DMP on this one. Rusnak did bang, so that was good. MLS in season again, bad captain choice, but the defensive part of the lineup did put in some work. Daniel again with another clean sheet, so he has been doing well this season so far. Sadly, he was out with injury for a bit, but it's something. Then, yeah, I mean, I did go with matchups on this one, partly. Obviously, Domsgaard against Ipswich. I expected Brentford to absolutely demolish them, but Ipswich did play a decent game, not gonna lie. They played well. Elanga did his thing. Cunha, sadly, the conceded pen didn't help. Also Renault with 3 conceded goals. I don't know where Heidenheim got that from all of a sudden, because Union are usually pretty solid defensively, but yeah, just didn't pan out. Prem in season, yeah, Isak again. Towards the end of the season, it's gotten a little meh, really. Bruno G did do well, kind of saved us here. Pickford, real sad about the one conceded goal, but can't really do anything about it. Enzo, decent. Gulashi, there he is, 100. I put him in for the Bundesliga because he was, I want to say, injured, and this was his return. So I did put him in with scraps, really. So didn't really expect anything from it, but the man just gets 100 out of nothing. So, I mean, in season champion would have been maybe the way to go, but it happens. And this really hurt. This is my La Liga debut. First time I ever played the La Liga comp, which is why fucking Rafinha is in Division 3. I already knew that Real were going to score quite a few goals against Barcelona. I expected that, so obviously didn't go Barca defense, but this... I may as well have just gone Barca defense, really. Guaita with the error, and then Alonso a pen and red, which is just unlucky. Frankie good. Issy, I believe he also had a big chance missed. No, he did not. Did he create big chances? No, he did not, but then lost a few points at the end for the yellow as well, so unlucky, but... I mean, we were far off anyway, but Rafinha did his thing. I just now see that... Oh my god! I didn't even notice his AA because he got downgraded afterwards, like real bad. 3 big chances missed is crazy. This hurts. Because besides Kathleen, we also had Horemans who DMP'd out of nothing. And yeah, especially with the Barca's decisive being added, this really does hurt. Because Horemans... maybe this game it would not have been enough for a card. But this is... yeah, I mean, now it's just fucking nothing. Having him as a captain, he has been fucking amazing the last few weeks in terms of Sorare scores, and just in real life, he's been playing well. But if I now see all of these scores and then a decent Hordeman score, which, on average, if he doesn't get the decisive 50-55 is very doable, it would have at least gone Essence. Then the Feyenoord stack with the Inacio offset. Inacio didn't do anything, but Mother also sold. Like, this was an awful game for him. Wellenreuter with the crazy assist. And yeah, it was looking real good until Reed got the red. Obviously, Inacio had already played, but still. With the Wellenreuter decisive secured, Paixão had already scored because the Wellenreuter assist was to Paixão. It was looking good when Reed also scored, but then, yeah. It just didn't come together, really. MLS, yeah, just nothing. Nothing special. No one really did anything. Christian Roldan went crazy on AA, but besides that, nothing. This got sold by one of the classic beasts that I just got, which is Canales. Returned from injury last week and immediately banged in like a 75 or an 80. And now it just was nothing. So that's just unlucky. Customer with the clean sheet, he played a good game. Mae finally got a start again because of injuries and suspensions. Did decent. I mean, Dynamo did decent altogether. Selken nice. Piazza in the 5-0 did nothing, so that kind of hurt. But yeah, that's it. This, again, scraps. Bundesliga is just scraps for me at this point. Because I did sell up the Leverkusen stack, so there's nothing really left anyway. I mean, Werder Bremen is kind of a stack that I have when I do play him as a full stack, but they don't really do much in general. Then All-Star, this is just leftovers, which I always let Sorare choose it. Brunetta good, De Jong nice, the rest, yeah, nothing. Challenger Classic, I expected Heerenveen to do something against RKC, but they have just been fucking awful in away games. So that, yeah, should have taken that into account, really. I mean, 3-1's crazy. Especially with Van Aken and Perisic just doing their part. I believe it didn't get relegated. I'm gonna have to double check it, but still. This, on paper, was fucking amazing. You see here, Encambaggio, the team did keep a clean sheet, but I believe, because he did not go off injured, because this was the final game of the season, and their second goalkeeper is Ryu, who is 37. I believe he is either leaving the club or retiring. And since they've already secured promotion, I believe they just let him play the second half, which hurts because Encambaggio would have kept a clean sheet, and that would have at least brought me closer to something. But yeah, Cherky, he was benched. And I don't know why, which really annoys me. He did come on in the end, but it was, how long did he play? 25 minutes, and yeah, it was just nothing. Game was already lost at that point, really. So yeah, unlucky. Yeah, Forest sold against Leicester. I did target matchups because, like I said, Brentford, Ipswich, and then Forest, Leicester. I was waiting for a huge score, and it didn't happen. Gibbs White finally banged again, and Beumo got the assist. He took the corner that was headed in. Visa, sadly, nothing. And then the defense just wasn't there. So yeah, it came together to nothing. Let's see, under 23. Yeah, bruh, we're gonna be seeing some under 23 stuff. That's gonna be really, really rough because I do have the winning lineup in my gallery. I'm 100% sure. I know, actually, maybe because of the captain choice, it might not be because Bertaccini got 4 big chances missed, so he didn't get above 60. Stojkovic and Galicic absolutely banged though. Hato, I mean, the entire Ajax team was just god awful in their game. I'm actually glad that they took Schutalo out at halftime because they hadn't conceded yet, and they ended up conceding 3, so that would have been 12 points off. And I don't even know if he would have made that up AA wise in the second half. So I mean, Hato just did nothing. Ramai conceded 1. So yeah, this defensive part just ouch. This also ouch, especially considering the captain choice. Gyökeres got the assist like right away to Trinco. Muslera, great game. Torreira, not the banger that he has been producing in the last few weeks, but still decent AA wise. And then Osimhen, yeah, he was just not there this time, so unlucky. This is again All-Star, which was the Rangers boys that were left, and they put in great scores as well. There were a few winning stacks in contender. We're gonna get to that later. Rangers was one of them. And spoiler alert, I did not go full stack on any of the stacks that I do have that could have won it. MLS, we did get the streak, 2nd week in a row, because of Dreyer and Rusnak, really. Again, not the best captain choice, but it was enough in the end. The clean sheet would have also gotten as a cash prize, but was not meant to be, I guess. Then, yeah. This is what I meant when I say the under 23 combo. Brugge played on Sunday, the others played on Saturday. Epolo with the clean sheet. Eerthuizen was already doing amazing on AA, so I was very happy. And then I got even happier when he scored in like the final phase of the game, really, and put himself on 100. If I put Galicic, Stojkovic, and Bertaccini here with these two, instead of with Hato and Ramai, this is most likely a winner. Yeah, 100 points more. Easy. Easy. I mean, then we would have had the captain choice to... we would have needed that to be right. And I don't know if I would have gone Bertaccini again. I may have gone Eerthuizen, actually, because he is... And I'm not bullshitting you here. I really might have, because this dude, I'm going to tell you right now, he ages out, sadly, at the end of the season. He is really good AA-wise. An average of 22 AA, and he does have bangers in there of at least 80. So he is capable of real peaks. And actually, yeah, okay, this is over a year. Got the red here. I remember this one, actually. So he is very good, and I actually believe there is a chance that he's coming to Utrecht next year. I actually hope he will, because we need some younger options at the center back position. I might have gone Eerthuizen and I might have gone Stojkovic, but anyway, at the very least it has cost us a tier 1 instead of now a tier 4 with this. We just snuck in there because yeah, the final position is 362. We're at 361. And that's because of Opta, because we were out. We were outside the rewards. Then 415, we're already above the 400 with this one, and we continue with that. Like I said, the Zagreb stack was a possible winner this week. I mean, Muheim did send in a decent score, but having Galicic instead of Muheim and then Stojkovic obviously instead of Reze, yeah, that would have been, especially Stojkovic instead of Reze, we would have been close, at least close to the top 50. I mean, $13, not that great of a price for that kind of score, but still. Sad about the Muheim penalty, but I said it in the Twitter conversation as well, because we were pissed about Muheim conceding a pen, and I was like, okay, he already bagged an assist, so he wasn't down to like 15 points, so he was back to like 45 or something. Um, I was like, he can still get it done. He got the second assist, so his score was good. Nevestic finally got a clean sheet. That's very rare, but Dinamo were just on it this weekend. Actually, instead of Stojkovic, I could have put Susic here, but I didn't because I haven't used Susic all season because he hasn't really played a lot. Then yeah, Sutalo got taken off at halftime, so that sucks. Lammens with a great game again. I still believe he should be the one. He should be Miole's successor at Club Brugge, really. He used to play for their academy as well, I believe, and I wouldn't mind seeing him go there when Mignolet when he does decide to retire. Boskagli, sadly, PSV were down 2-0 after 10 minutes. So I'm very glad that I went Lammens and not go Benitez. I did that. That was a very that was an actual choice. Like I made that decision. Uh, it was a calculated decision. That's what I meant to say. Boskagli's score being kind of shit for his standards is something I did not really account for. Tillman and Lung did their thing. 37 points away. Even the Lung captain choice would not have got me there, sadly, because as I said, it's a very high scoring game week. There were stacks that absolutely banged. Especially if you consider the fact that you could have gone for defensive stack, offensive stack, which a lot of people also do. There were so many options. Gala was in there. Royal Antwerp was in there. Actually as a full stack, because it was their usual suspects that did bang. Lammens, Van den Bos with a great AA as well. Sherry, Balikwisha. So yeah, Royal Antwerp was in there as well with contributions. PSV obviously with the offensive contributions. Like I said, very high scoring. 444 in Contender Classic. This one really hurt because I did put Raskin in there because I had him left after making the both in season Contender and the under 23 lineups, along with Fietz, Livaya, and then Zieler sadly conceding one goal. Halstenberg did well again. It's gonna be sad to see him go. I heard he's gonna be retiring after this season, so he does play his final game of his career this weekend. And then the full Hamburg stack. I was pissed off when they went down 1-0. Very happy when Hoyer Fernandez saved the pen because that brought the stack right back to life. Reis again with a goal. He hadn't scored all season, and now he scored 2 and 2. So he's coming to his own at the end of the season. Dompe did his thing. Shaqiri obviously. I mean, why I didn't captain Shaqiri, I don't know, but I went Muheim on this one. It still did decently. And also the Shaqiri captain choice would not have gotten me into the top 50, so it doesn't really matter anyway. And then the top, I mean, this says 496. It's actually, I believe, 477, because again the Caio Marcelo score is just not correct because it still has him on the clean sheet, and also didn't take the goal conceded into account. So that's 14 points down for Caio Marcelo just on that. But yeah, Armani, good. Vanizek, I was hoping for it. He delivered, thank God. And then Fietz and Shaqiri, just good. I mean, so yeah, this looks real bad with the 0.87 out of the top 50, but it's more than that. So it's fine, really. As a summary, it got us to 14 euros cash, which is, it's not a great return for this weekend, but then again, like I said, it's a very high scoring one. Because usually this 415 in contender in season would get you at least the $5 in or 459 in cash. Sadly this time no. But yeah, that's my bad then for the razor call. That's my own mistake anyway. Besides this, we also did get the $5 and $5 in credits from the MLS streak, which has already been claimed, but still. And then 2 cards. So tier 3 contender and a tier 4 under 23. I'm not expecting too much from it, but you never know. Could be someone who's injured and who's going to come back and absolutely bang. That's what we're going to hope for then. I wouldn't mind the contender card being like a player in Asia to use during the summer. And for now, let's just real quick, let's go into the midweek, because like I said, it's a big one. I have 16 lineups in a midweek, which is a lot, but that's because the entire Eredivisie is playing. It's the second to last round, so the penultimate game, and we always have, I don't know if it's a general rule or a global rule, but at least here in the Netherlands, the final two rounds are being played. They're all playing simultaneously, so we'll have 9 Eredivisie games on at the exact same time, which in this case, when you'll be seeing this, it's going to be Wednesday, so tonight at 8. And yeah, it's gonna be a mad one. Again, Barcelona, and then defensively I went Guaita and Lejeune replacing Alonso, who's obviously suspended. An Utrecht stack, and because Catalin is still questionable, I did put Mauro in there. Also because Orman's still questionable. And I don't know, I didn't want to use Van der Hoorn or Viergever. I don't know why, but I just went Mauro. He is good. I like Mauro as a player. And I do just hope that he's going to start. They have been mentioning maybe putting him at right back instead of left, or maybe even benching him. There's no way in hell. They need their best team, and he is part of that. So yeah, like I said, Utrecht at home against Sparta should be a good game. Then PSV against Heracles. Spoiler alert, 2 PSV stacks, including the goalkeeper this time. So this is gonna be the aces really. This is the priority lineup. I need Perisic to start again. I don't want to hear he's old, so we need to take care. We need to be careful. Hell no. This is the second to last game of the season. We just need him to pull through once. I don't want to see Bakayoko starting. I want to see Perisic. So it's kind of risky, but I feel like he's going to play. He's been so good. They need him. And then the second stack, which is safer, I guess, when it comes to people starting. I did go a little bit defensive on this one, but you know, they're just good scorers. I could have gone Saibari instead of Flamingo or instead of De Jong, but again, I didn't. Select your target, which was just leftovers really. I do actually expect Des to start because Ledesma was awful against Feyenoord. I think they should be starting Mauro at left back and then Des at right back. We'll see what happens. If they do, we'll have 5 starters and we'll see. I did put the target at 370 because 320 is XP. I'm not trying to play for that. I at least want to get essence, so I went for 370 because I don't think this team is gonna hit 420. It even says projected 323, which is kind of pathetic, but we'll see. Then the Twente stack against AZ. This is just a risk, but it's a stack that I had left. So we're going to play him in full, with Sadilek being the captain this time. Classic, we do have another Utrecht stack, really, with Trauner as an offset. Because again, there were some questionable players for Utrecht in terms of the starting lineup, and Bele is injured for Feyenoord, so Trauner should just start. So we'll see what happens there. Then a full Feyenoord stack. Reed's red card got rescinded. They are appealing that decision, which is very unusual. The prosecution is appealing a red card being rescinded. but that most likely is not going to be dealt with before the game. So he should just start full final. We'll see. MLS, which is the usual suspects, really. Then contender in season, I went Tigres, Shaqiri, Cherny. Full Barca stack. This is the actual one because I did expand on it. I'm gonna explain in a later video why I'm actually buying stacks right now. But that video is coming up probably later this week or the start of next week. We'll see what happens. Where I will explain my reasoning behind this. But we went full Barca, so Szczesny, Kubarsi, Pedri, Rafinha, Lewandowski. Lewandowski didn't play in the Clásico. If they do rotate, he's probably going to be the first one that gets entered into the lineup for Ferran Torres. And I believe this is their possible title game, and it's against the city rivals. So I don't expect too much rotation, but I do expect Lewandowski to at least get minutes. All-Star again, just leftovers. Saibari is here. Then contender in season, Ranger stack. We're gonna go for it, but with the Shaqiri offset, obviously. Then the second MLS, which is just Earthquakes, and then Seattle offensive here with Artur as an extra. This is again what I had left over. I wanted to play the Sassuolo boys in contender, but their goalkeeper got dropped, so I don't have him, and obviously they're all listed as classic, so I might as well just go all-star, because otherwise I'm gonna have a DMP. Not everyone's playing in the MLS, so I did go Guzen this time in the MLS in season. So this doesn't qualify for streaks. So if this is the one to hit the streak, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, we'll see what happens on this. So in 20 minutes the rewards are gonna be here, and let's just switch to like 20 minutes from now and to the Sorare website, and we'll see what we have won and what we have done. Okay, dinner's done. Became more of a half hour than 20 minutes, but let's claim our glory. So we got a few promotions. Then La Liga is in there, Contender Classic, and well, twice. And now I want to see the relegation. There could be some painful ones here. No, it's not that bad. One Bundesliga team, which again, it's scraps, so that's basically just looking out for next season possibly. And then the Prem team got to Division 2, which we can recover. A few level ups, which is always good to see. Love that. Like I said, we did get the streak, which was $5, and then $5 in credits as well. So in the end, $15 cash. We get the 2 cards. We get 24 essence, which I am actually going to be saving, because they did extend the arena test, and I haven't played it yet. But what I want to do now, because what last weekend really did show me, is that I left a lot of cards just not being played and not really doing anything. So instead of crafting at the tier 5, I'm gonna be putting my leftovers, if I do have any, because we do have specials this weekend. If I have lineups left over that are at least semi-decent, I'm gonna be putting them into arena and just use my essence on that. I said I wouldn't, but I'm gonna anyway. So then 2 cards, the tier 4 under 23. It's a Defender America BMLS. What the fuck kind of club is that? I think it is, to be fair. Zach Farnsworth. Wait, how did you... What? Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Okay. Be right back. Oh, by the way, also, we cannot forget the 2.5k XP. I'm gonna be stacking that as well. Or at least leveling up my cards to prepare for the next season already. Like the classic cards. So this was Mr. Farnsworth. Was it? Yeah, Zach Farnsworth. Zach Farnsworth. So Real Salt Lake, so it's MLS, which is good, but he doesn't play, which is fucking awful. I think he's been injured though, because he was never with the squad, and now he was at least on the bench. Nah, he's never played. Fuck. Okay. And Leggy, he hasn't played a game since 2021 and he's just been there. What the fuck? Why would you still be there, dude? But okay, he is just, well, kind of worthless, really. If I ever want a real Salt Lake stack, at least I'll have him in the collection. But yeah, that's nothing to really write home about, if we're being completely honest. The tier 3 contender, value-wise, I don't have a lot of hope for it. But let's see if it's... Let it be usable, at least. It's a defender, Korea, Gang 1 FC. Fuck, I can't see his name, but he's been out for the last few weeks, at least. Oh shit, I did see his name up there first. Okay, hold on. Because it shows up there at the top. Kang Yoon Hook. There he is for Kang 1. Doesn't really go for much right now. Does he play? Usually he does. Or at least he has been playing here. It shows as benched here and then out of the squad here. But like to start out the season, he did play. And he did play well, actually. So we'll see what happens with him. We're obviously going to keep him because I'm not going to sell at this price. I'm never selling when they don't play. Even when they're rewards, so I didn't really put anything into it anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. So we also do get a box from All-Star, maybe market credits, maybe nah, it's essence. Okay, 2 extra essence, which puts us at 26. And like I said, I'm gonna be saving it. If I do end up not playing Arena, I might just craft like next week. But I want to give Arena a shot as well, so see what we can do. Maybe we get a shitload of essence and we can craft something nice next week. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. For now, I do want to thank you guys for watching. And right now it has been just a lot of lineups and a lot of rewards. I am going to make sure that there's more and also different content coming up on the channel within the next few weeks or months, because there's a lot of stuff that we can do, but I need to get back into it, also with building myself a rhythm, because my work hours have been crazy. But that's not really your problem, is it? So yeah, again, thanks. Please do make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and again, let me know how those game weeks went. Just let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.